What is the shelf life of herbs and spices? If you're wondering how long those herbs and spices in your kitchen will last, you're not alone. Let's break down the details to help you keep your spices fresh and flavorful. First, it's important to know that herbs and spices don't truly expire in the sense that they become unsafe to eat. However, they do lose their flavor, aroma, and color over time. The shelf life of herbs and spices depends on several factors, including the type of spice, its processing, and how it's stored. Dried herbs, like basil, oregano, thyme, and rosemary, typically last between 1 to 3 years. These herbs are more delicate and tend to lose their flavor and aroma quicker than spices. For example, basil and oregano will usually retain their flavor for about 1 to 2 years, while thyme and rosemary might last a bit longer, up to 3 years. On the other hand, ground spices have a shelf life of about 2 to 3 years. This includes spices like ground cinnamon, chili powder, and ground turmeric. The reason ground spices have a shorter shelf life compared to whole spices is because their increased surface area exposes them to more air, heat, and moisture, which causes them to oxidize and lose flavor faster. Whole spices, however, have the longest shelf life. Spices like whole peppercorns, coriander seeds, and cinnamon sticks can last up to 4 years. This is because less of their surface area is exposed to air, light, and moisture, helping them retain their aromatic oils and flavor compounds longer. Storage is also crucial. To maximize the shelf life of your herbs and spices, store them in airtight containers, away from heat, light, and moisture. A dark, cool, and dry environment is ideal. For instance, you should avoid storing your spices near the oven or stove, as the heat can cause them to deteriorate faster. Some spices, like red pepper spices such as chili powder and paprika, can be stored in the refrigerator to maintain their flavor, but it's generally not recommended to freeze spices. When checking if your spices are still good, simply crush or rub a small amount in your hand. If the scent is weak and the flavor is lackluster, it's probably time to replace them. In summary, the shelf life of herbs and spices varies. Dried herbs last 1 to 3 years, ground spices last 2 to 3 years, and whole spices can last up to 4 years. Proper storage and regular checks can help you enjoy the best flavor from your spices for a longer period.